Hello and welcome to another video from alpacaguild.com. Today we're going to do some animal management. This is a set of cattle yards, so a little bit large, not ideal for alpaca, but it really helps to be able to have that control, to get them to get within sort of single file, get into a sort of crush type environment that we can easily work with them. It's important that we're safe, that they are safe, that they don't feel stressed, and that we're able to do everything we need to do with the animals in as short a period of time as possible. Let's walk through the different areas that we've got here and how we use it. So we're here today with Prestige and Felix, two of our stud males, and they're going to demonstrate the way that these yards work to be able to get them easily around. This gate is the main way in, and as they go around here it gets slowly narrower, but at the same time it's also curving round. The benefit of that is they can't really see where they're going. They're curious, they're willing to walk around, and they find themselves essentially into the crush zone at the edge, which is where we can safely work with them. It's a fantastic and yet incredibly simple setup. Do you want to go first, Felix? Let's get you in, shall we? Come on. Come on then, boys. Here we go. That's nice and simple, really easy handling. You just get them into this area, they will find their way round. Let's go over to the pinch point now and let's start working on them. Good boy. There's a good boy. Okay. So Felix has already made his way into here. It really is very simple. They know what to do. I think it's about time we gave him a pedicure. Let's take a good look at you, shall we? Check those eyes. It's a really good opportunity when you're doing any work with your animals to just sort of go over them and ensure that they're really in good health. There's a number of things we look for. One of them is body scoring. Putting your hand on their back, quite close to their neck, just getting a feel for the sort of size they are there, lifting your hand up and just feeling. If it's too narrow, then they're probably a little underweight, but you don't want them to be too overweight either. He's about right. You're in good health, aren't you, boy? Yes. The other thing we look for is the eyes. They don't particularly like you touching their head. Desensitizing is an important part of this. The more that they get used to you touching them, the easier it is to work with them. So don't be frightened to work with your animals and build up a sort of a bond, a bit of trust. He really is in very good health. Okay, now they really don't like to have their nails cut, but that's the next thing we're going to do. The thing that really seems to get to them is about their balance. Now the ideal thing about this situation we've got here is that by leaning them up against one of these sides here, they don't lose their balance. So as we lift one of their feet, they feel that they're still sort of supported. This is a little bit wide. This is actually for cattle, but we can make use of this. You are going to be a bit naughty though, aren't you? Because you're never keen on having your nails done. Right, we'll move you into position. So we can't move backwards. He actually came in from that side and he chose to turn around. But whichever way he wants to be, we're not going to challenge him on that. You don't want to sit, do you, boy? That's it. Think you might like to give me one of your legs? It's important that we try to get all the mud out here and just tidy this up. Must be very careful about the nerve endings in their soft pads here. We want to be careful not to cut those. Just generally look them over, make sure that everything is is good, before letting their foot go back down again. There we are, boy. Good boy. One more injection, Prestige. There we are. Well, you weren't very keen on that, were you? And you kicked the gate. I think a good example there is that if that kick has come into contact with my leg, that would have really hurt. So just make sure you're in the right place when you are working with your animals. It's all about their safety and your safety. Okay, next we're going to move on to the drench. We've tried a couple of different ways of administering this. Everyone has their own experiences. You can buy backpacks, a long pipe and a sort of a gun, a trigger device that allows you to measure out exactly what you need and then administer it one at a time. And certainly if you're working perhaps on a large number of animals, it'd be a really quick way to come in and just do them one at a time. We've actually been trying more recently to use a syringe. It's a large body syringe. It's a fairly large nozzle at the end, so there's not going to be any sort of real problem to get that volume out. It also means that we can just pop this in their mouth, let them sort of take it slowly as we let it through, and it just seems to be a bit more relaxed. So this is our way of doing it, but everyone has their own experience. One thing's for sure is they really don't like it. Salesman says it's delicious. We haven't tried it, but they're not so keen. Let's see how we get on. Come on, boy. Come on. That's right. That's right. That's right. Nice and slow. So there we have it. Both of these alpacas are now back in their paddock, enjoying some fresh grass after having all the medication that they need and having their toenails done, and obviously we've done the body scoring and checked their eyes as well to look after their health. The next thing we need to do is to update our health records. It's really important that we maintain accurate records, both for the health and welfare of the animals in our care, but also if we were to then sell them on to someone else, so they can see the kind of medication that they've received over the time they've been here. Let's go and have a look at that now. So here we are within alpacaguild.com. First we'll go to our herd, and then we'll select the alpaca that we want to update the medication for. Now the medication for us is unique to our animals and our geographical settings, and also the availability of different medications within each country. Obviously what you give your animals is specific to what they need. What you're seeing here is really just an example based on our own herd. But essentially we pick the animal, we choose the date that the medication was provided, select the medication. We can add our own if you've got a particular medication that you use. The dosage, in this case it was 18 ml of BOSS, and set ourselves a reminder so that we'll get an email. It's important that we don't forget to provide them on a regular basis for those regular medications. Any notes that are needed can be put in as well. If it's a regular dose, then that may be all you put in, or it may be that it's something you've provided for a specific situation. And there we have it. It's been added, it's that simple, and we can see when the next medication is due. This of course can be accessed on an Apple, Windows, any internet connected machine that's got a modern browser. So if you've liked this video or you've got some value out of it, please hit that like button and do subscribe so that you stay informed with future videos. Thank you very much.